Hi lovelies, and welcome back to Wardrobe Wednesday for episode 10. We are talking about colour code today. So over the last few weeks we've been covering all elements of style code. We started with style personality, your body code, and today we're covering colour code. Now what I'm going to do today is I'm going to cover what it is, and what the misconceptions and some of the benefits are of it, and then I'm going to give you a little peek into my wardrobe, my colour code, and give you an idea of how it works and how it'll benefit not only your confidence but your wardrobe, decluttering it, creating a capsule wardrobe as well. Now I know we're talking about colours today and I don't look very colourful and black, but I thought out of the sensitivity and respect of what today also stands for with regards to it being George Floyd's funeral, that it would only be respectful to wear black today. So, okay, so moving on, I want to talk to you about colour code and what it is, because some of you might be thinking, I have no idea what colour code is, I don't know how colour analysis works. So colour code is basically analysing somebody's eyes, their brightness, softness, the whiteness of their eye, the colour, the pattern, our skin, the undertone, the appearance, and then your hair. So looking at all three elements of a person in terms of their colours. What we do is we look at what colour code category fits in with you best. This works for two reasons. It's great because the colours match you and your colours. They bring out the best of you, you look bright, they make your eyes shine, your skin illuminate, and you always get compliments. The second benefit is that it allows you to just narrow the overwhelm in the search. So when you are choosing clothes, when you're choosing makeup, when you're choosing jewellery, you know exactly what colours are for you, what colours are not for you. And also when you're decluttering your wardrobe and you're building a capsule wardrobe, which I'm going to talk you through, this makes it so much easier because we need a colour theme. A colour theme is something that makes coordination of your wardrobe so much simpler, so you're not trying to mix and match so many different variations of colour palettes. Okay, so I want to talk also about a couple of the misconceptions of colour. I think considering in light of what's going on right now and in the situation, there are a lot of questions around colour analysis in general, but also in terms of the diversity of people and their colour. So it is not categorised, colour analysis, by someone's colour of their skin. In every colour code category other than one, there are people of all origins of colour, from black, Asian, white, Mediterranean, it doesn't matter. That is not how it works. All stylists and all colour analysis are trained in every colour of skin. This does not make a difference. Everybody is trained in all of this. There is a perception also that if I have brown hair and green eyes like you, some people say this, I must be the same as you. This is also not how it works. When we're looking at colour, we look at the appearance of your colours between the three areas first. So, for instance, you could have brown hair like me, you could have green eyes, you could have fair skin, but you could be quite warm, you could be quite cool, you could be bright, you could be soft. It's not just as simple sometimes as we think. So, with regards to my colour code, the appearance of my colours and my colour analysis is what would be called striking or bright or clear. So what it means is the appearance of my colour code is bright from my eyes, my skin and my hair together. If I wear colours where the main focus of them is that they are bright, they have clarity, they are saturated and bold in colour, then they're going to bring out the best of me. That's before we even look at, are those colours cooler or warmer? So within my colour code, which is described in style code as striking, or with other companies like Call Me Beautiful, it's known as bright. There are so many variations, as I described earlier, of women in this category. Michelle Obama is the exact same colour code as me. In the winter category as well, which I fit into as a bride, Lucy Liu. There are so many different types of women who sit into these categories. It's not just about, some of the questions people ask me are like, oh, I'm really pale, so I suit pale colours. I have dark hair, I have dark eyes, does that mean I only suit dark colours? Again, it's not quite as simple as this. It's also not as bog standard category in a box as that as well. So with regards to colour, you may have heard this before, but everybody can wear every colour of the rainbow. It just depends on the shade, the tone, the depth and the brightness of the colour. I've got some examples here for you. As you know, I love green. And there are so many versions of green. So many people look at my Instagram and think, oh, she's obsessed with green, she's going to make me wear green. You don't have to, but obviously everyone has their version of green, their version of red, their version of yellow. So here's some examples. Here's a really bright, saturated, grassy emerald green. A green colour. Look at the difference here. This is also green. This is a sage colour. It's very muted, quite neutral to warm, a lot lighter. This would do nothing for me, but some women it would make them look amazing. Another colour here is a lovely tealy, mariney, greeny blue colour. This again has a lot more depth. It's very soft and quite neutral in terms of being like a pine green. If we put these all together, they all look so different. Some of these you may love, you may hate. There are probably another 50 versions of green like this. And within your colour code, there is a version of every colour for you. It just, again, depends on which of that colour for you. So the reason that you see me wearing green so much is because, yes, it is a pillar in my wardrobe among the colours that I've chosen, and it's also my green. So here's a little snippet of my colour code and what's in my wardrobe. Obviously I have more clothes than this. I've just picked out a good selection to give you an idea of the colour code. So the colour code is the theme for your capsule wardrobe. Colour is the one thing that ties together a capsule wardrobe. In order for you to effortlessly mix and match pieces and outfits, create more outfits from less items, you need a colour capsule. As I've mentioned before, this can be either what you suit or it can just be a choice in terms of what you like. Now, the theme of colour code in style code is always you, in your colours. So my colour code is very much bold and bright. It is high contrast, which means I suit colours like black and white and bold red, blue, emerald green. The worst thing for me to wear, which I did before I found out my colour code years ago, the opposite to that is very muted, insipid, beigey, soft, muted colours. So this helps me totally eliminate what is not necessary for my wardrobe and then bring it in. So I always like to recommend starting with a light neutral from your colour code, which for me was a bright white, a dark neutral from your colour code, which for me is black. So I choose leathers, my stripes, my shoes, bags, belt. So my dark neutral gives the foundation of my wardrobe for investments. Like I said, like belts and leathers. My light neutral, I can mix and match with things like t-shirts. Then I choose accent colours. So these are colours that aren't neutrals. I chose green, and there are quite a few versions of emerald green. I think I've got 4 or 5. So it doesn't always just mean one version, but emerald green is a colour. Blue, so I have cobalt blue, royal blue, sapphire blues. Some are a little bit more like aqua in the summer. Red as well. My red's like pillar box, bold true red, a cherry red, a raspberry red, because I'm bright, but I'm also a bright, what's known winter. Slightly cooler colours are better for me. So my reds will have a neutral to cool undertone. A warm red that I wouldn't suit would be an orangey red, like a tomato, compared to a blue or pink undertone like a cherry red. Then obviously it helps in choosing patterns. So I always recommend start off with choosing an animal print pattern, which you can use in your shoes and your accessories, and then maybe choose 1 or 2 patterns just to start with within your clothes. So for me, my style's quite classic and glam. For me, leopard print is always in, it's timeless, adds a touch of glam. So I have shoes and I have a handbag in leopard print. In terms of in my clothes, I never wear leopard print because of the brown tones. They don't really suit me. They're quite warm, but they look okay in accessories. So because of my black and white neutral base in my wardrobe, black and white stripes, black and white checks are great. Any patterns that mix the bold colours in my wardrobe as well. And it's so easy to effortlessly just mix and match my wardrobe. So I could bring out a print top like this, I could add the green blazer, and then I could bring in some black jeans. Very, very easy. Could do the opposite. It could be a black blazer with a white top, my green, add the leopard print. It just, I get so many outfits. Every time I have clients come in here and I give them a little demonstration of mixing and matching clothes in my wardrobe, I always create an outfit that I've never even tried because there's so many ways you can do it. So there are 2 ways you can use your colour code to match the rest of your style code. It's not just a case, obviously, of seeing a colour that you suit and just picking it and throwing it in your wardrobe. It has to match 2 things. So, A, your body code. You could wear something that is your colour, that looks great on you and you love, but if it makes you feel a size bigger and makes you really lack confidence, it's no good. Number 2, it needs to also reflect your style. So, with your colour code, we will choose where you wear those colours and how to match your body shape. We will then also choose how you wear those colours to exude the style that you are. So for instance, if you are a pear shape and you had my wardrobe, like in the summer, because I have black and white as neutral, sometimes I would buy white jeans in the summer and wear black more all year round in the winter. If you were a pear and you are curvier on the bottom than you are on the top, then you're going to use the darker colours from your palette for your bottoms. If you were to wear white on the bottom, it would probably make you feel quite self-conscious and highlight where you are proportionally wider than you are on the top. And for instance, the opposite, if you invert a triangle, white jeans are great on you, darker colours on the top. So you can start to see now, once you have the colour code, then with your body code you can choose where to wear them, how to wear them. There are even patterns that work better on some body shapes as well. Now with regards to style, this is something else with colour code, but you can really use the colours to be quite creative, to be quite understated, or be quite coordinated and classic. First of all, there are certain colours that will really influence the style, and then there are certain ways you wear them. So for instance, if you're quite creative, then you're going to use the more bolder colours. You're not just going to go for the really simple understated colours like your greys and your navies. You're going to go for like your yellow, the oranges, the fuchsia pinks, like different tones, you know, creative colours. If you also are quite classic, for instance, and you like to wear your colours coordinated like me, coordinated means that you only ever wear 2 or 3 colours at once. So I normally would wear black and white and I would add a pop of colour. I would generally only wear print in one area, whereas if you were quite creative, you might clash your prints, you might clash your colours. Some are very chic and neutral and they like to wear the same colour in different tones like all the way over, and they might only wear like one print or keep it again quite neutral. So thinking about these things can really help with your colour code as well, rather than just buying colours that you know suit you or you like and not thinking about the other areas and show parts of our personality. So that is something to look at and thinking about, and something that I do with clients. So to finish off today's episode, what I want you to think about is I want you to look at your wardrobe, because this whole series has been starting with decluttering obviously. I want you to look at it and see how many colours are in there, how many prints. Are you struggling to create outfits? Choose, as I mentioned earlier, yourself a dark neutral and a light neutral. Start with maybe 3 accent colours. Choose maybe a maximum 2 to 3 prints. Some can be in what you wear and obviously in your shoes. And this will just help you get started. Start creating a bit of a theme, create some coordination. And we can chat a little bit more next week when I tune in for episode 11. Thanks for watching.